Hi everyone, welcome to our last unit. This is about checking in, and unit 8 is from the book page 72 to page 87. Okay, our last unit, checking out and dealing with complaints. Again, yes, again, we always have to deal with complaint or deal with customer. But dealing with complaint in this chapter is another form or another type of complaint. So let's see at the end of the unit. Now, in your book, page 72 is about the sample dialogues again as usual. In the situation of guests would like to leave the hotel according to deal out and then they check out. You can practice self study from three dialogues on page 72. Okay, and page 73, page 74, and 75. Let me ask you to work on it in the book, yeah? And take picture. Then submit it to me in our Microsoft team as usual. Okay. So after you have studied, you have self-studied about some sample dialogues and make up the two dialogues on page 75, dialogue 1 and dialogue 2 with the given information. Then there are some more vocabulary and useful expressions on page 76, 77, and 78. So again, self-study, you practice, you learn by yourself. Okay? But what we are going to talk about in this video clip is I'll show you or I will guide you how to check out. And again, in this slide, you can see the picture. And the picture here is the same one that I talked about in the previous video clip, which is about housekeeping department, right? 5 stages of guest cycle and checking out is in the departure stage. Again, I try to follow 4 or 5 stages of guest cycle since the beginning of the semester by starting with the taking reservation. Okay, so we almost there. We almost at the end of the 5th stage, the 5th stage. Okay. This is the lesson. The first one is check out procedures or steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. According to the organization, there are 6 steps of checking out guests. Start from greet guests, check their name, room number. Then check whether they check out late or not. If they check out late, there is some charges, right? Late charges, and also produce master and guest folio. Folio, not polio, na. Folio, yeah, guest folio. For guest inspection, it is like a list. Guest folio at the hotel is a list of, it can be services, a list of services consumed by guests during the stay in the hotel. For example, massage, dinner, um, laundry service, like that. All services will be put in a folio. List of services 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with price. So you see the example of the folio in the next slide. After that, after you as a receptionist produce a master guest folio, then set the account, the bill, how much that guest needs to pay for an extra, and then update front office record, check out and paid, for example status, so that after that housekeeping will do their responsibilities, which is to clean the room, and then the room status will be changed, like we talked about it from the previous video clip, which is about housekeeping abbreviations for housekeeping department. Room status or all abbreviations are always changed according to the stages of guest cycle. Okay, so right here again, every time that you greet guests, you need to know their name and check a room number. And then you check for some other charges, any check out late charges. Create folio. Let guests take a look through the folio and you set the bill settlement. Then update front office record with the housekeeping department, with the front office department. And actually, it seems to be everything done right after checking out, after guest payment. Then this is the example. You can see there are 4 words here. The first one is folio. Like I mentioned, what folio is? Yes, a list of services. See, this is the description: bar, price, dinner, room charges, telephone, room charges, breakfast, spa, banquet dinner, room charges, and breakfast. Room charges. It means that Mr. Khanna consume room services with charge here. This is room charges. And the total balance is like this. So this is the folio. It is not similar to invoice and receipt. First, it must be folio, and then invoice or a bill. I'm sure that all of you understand bill, and also you know the difference between bill and receipt. Bill is also a list, but it is almost complete one. This is like a draft. Then a bill. After payment, after guests pay whatever, how, by cash or by credit card, after the payment, hotel give the staff give guests a receipt. So you can see step by step money. After payment, credit card or cash. Then guests will receive the receipt. So right here there are not five. There are 3 documents during the checking out. So from this part, since it is a short one, a short lesson with only a short explanation or something that I would like you to know. 3 things: folio, invoice, and receipt. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the clip, you have to self-study. You might question, Ajahn, you always let me self-study. Yes. Why? Number one, when I talk, when I speak, when I or even I read all sentences in class, it is not interesting at all for you, right? And number two, when you self-study, if you really do a self-study, you yourself get the advantage from that. Okay? So, again, you can see on the screen there are 2 colors. The blue one is for self-study. Every time with study and study, self-study. Just self-study. No need to do any like paper and then turn it into me. But I would like you to know more, learn more, both from the book and also from the supplementary resources from YouTube. In class, we cannot see the picture, or we cannot have the like real situation for every situation. So that's why we need to learn from other resources or supplementary. But for the red one here, I need you to write it, work on it after you've learned some expressions. Page 73 to 75. Actually, there is one more exercise on page 76, but just skip. Just work on page 73 to 75. That's it. Okay, so this is the first assignment. And then another thing that is stated in the book in this unit is dealing with complaints on page 79. Dealing with complaints again, previous unit. It is the situation dealing with complaint with customer during the occupancy or during the stay, right? Complaint, you have to help guests with any questions or requests. That is in the during the stay stage. But for this one, what I'm talking about is after checking out. Still, comment, still give bad feedback. It can be good, it can be bad. But usually, for a good feedback, we just thank them. But for a bad feedback, we need to explain. So, in this unit, I would like to show you how to deal with it by answering or responding the email or the letter. Okay, we are here. Oh, sorry. This is for check-in, right? And post departure. Complaint. Complaint usually from what? From, let me share the screen with you. The book on page 79. This is the review. Everyone knows it. And you usually do the review, right? After you stay, after you go to the restaurant, after you go to the government office and you give a feedback. This is online feedback. There are case studies. Case studies 1 and 2. Case study 1 with the response. Here. Case study number 1. Sky Lodge. The excerpts or the review from the guest, and because right now it is worldwide perception, so feedback, bad, especially negative or bad feedback, should be done by the hotel or by the organization, by the business as soon as possible. Okay, so this is the review, and down here is the response from the hotel. I will skip the part, the excerpt parts, but I will talk about hotel's response part because I would like you to see the structure of saying sorry. But this is in the written form. Previously, we have a spoken form, right? Both speaking and writing are also necessary for us as the English students, I mean major students, and especially when we are going to work in the hospitality business, we need to know the polite sentence structure. So, we sincerely apologize that you found your visit disappointing. We keep our housekeeping to the highest standards. So we are not sure where you encountered dust, and we have not had to repair any wall. Scone since your August visit. Guess is always right, even they are wrong. Remember that? This situation, the blame about dust, about constructions, is mentioned in the excerpt by the guest here. But the hotel found out that, we are not sure where you counted dust. And no repair, no construction in August during your visit. All the hot tubs are checked daily or every other day. In occasion, we receive complaints about them not being hot but it's usually the result of guests testing the water temperature with their hand or finger. We hope you will return to experience the many enhancements we made this fall. We have renovated our lobby and last week opened to new food and beverage and table 1 and tavern. So, when we talk about dealing with complaint and providing the complimentary or like something free, you can see there is no complimentary in this response. See, there is no complimentary. The reason is probably because of the hotel check everything and hotel is sure that there is nothing wrong about those complaints made by these guests. So just to say sorry, then explain, and then hope to see you again next day, and then that's it. So I'll try to change the color. Okay, explanation. Starting from here. Okay, the orange one. Explanation that I'm sure there is nothing wrong. Huh? And then the last part. The last part is ending. The green one is ending without compensation or offer. Because the hotel found out that nothing wrong, so no need to provide the compensation. So you can see apology as a noun. Okay, you can see for the responding part, at least you need to have the introduction to say sorry to guests, and the second one is explain why, and then ending. If there is they need to be to provide or offer the compensation, just add here after explanation. Ah. So you can see it can be 1, 2, 3, or it can be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, this is an example, sample number 1. Then number 2, let's take a look at skipped the review, guest review, but talk about hotel's response again. So read it together. We did share with you that the light issue was a problem that needed a part replaced, which was going to take some time to receive, and that we did offer you a room move, to which we were told that you would prefer to stay in your current room, and that we were to remove the light bulb instead. I apologize if that was not the message you feel you received from our team. I can be reached directly if you would like to further discuss. For this situation, we usually see like a soft dealing with customer. Now, it's time. It's time to เกรี้ยวกราดนิดหน่อยWhy? Because from the hotel response here, it seems like at that situation, at that moment, guests asked or informed there was the problem, and hotel staff tried to offer room changing, but they say no. Mhm. So, guess is always right, but not in this situation. Actually, in these two situations, we have to explain and end the email or end the response with something about I hope you will come to stay with us next time or whatever. But for this one, I can be reached directly. If you would like to further discuss, it means that if you have something else, you just contact me directly. No need to put the excerpt in like Agoda reviews, for example. And I have reason and I have information to you if you need like that. Uh-huh. It sounds fun, no? Okay. Ah, what's wrong? Sometimes maybe we are going to spend like a few minutes. Take a look at the excerpt review. Upon late night arrival, I found the bed needing to be tucked in all around and an entry light flickering all night long. There is some problem with the night, the electricity. This was reported, and by the time we left the hotel 7 nights later, the light had never been repaired, only the bulb removed. We were not offered a different room or compensation. This is 7 night stay. And during the 7 night stay, the flickering, light flickering, mip, 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 and guests reported to the hotel, and nothing, there is nothing improvement or no one care about it. And also, no one asks for room changing or no one asks for compensation. This is the complaint. And response, we did offer. See, now we did offer and remove the light bulb if the guest maybe did not accept to move the room, so the hotel just remove the light bulb and then that's it. But you can see the complaint. Every time, for sure, the truth is always right. Okay, here are the two examples. That is informal, informal complaint that we usually see in the like travel agent website, online, whatever. Let's take a look at another formal. Previously is informal, but for this one is formal. Why formal? Since there are the pattern that we have to follow. Letter of complaint. Letter of complaint. This is letter, or it can be email. It can also be email. This is a short complaint, and this is the example of the what's wrong, the format of the letter. Letter of complaint by guest. This is guest. What's wrong? Guest name Lee, Rosalind Lee. And as we are a hotel staff, we have to respond to a complaint by following some guideline นะ format which are showed you have listened: apology, explanation, remedial action, and offer. So let me show you the example of responding to an email or the letter. As you can see in the parentheses here, this is the function of each paragraph. You can see there are many paragraphs, but each paragraph has its own function. If you understand the format, then you will be able to write an email or the letter according to the format here. You can see there is introduction. Introduction to show that you are listening to the complaint and do care about it. Remember that we have L ใช่ไหม We have L which means to listen. In that case, it is face-to-face communication. But in this paragraph, you have to write the sentence to show that you acknowledge the problem and you do care about the problem or the complaint. Next paragraph is explanation to explain reason why the problems happened. In this email, because of the complaint mention about 1, 2, or 3 problems, right? So it is our job to explain one and one by one paragraph for one complaint with explanation, one paragraph, one explanation, reason why. So you can see 3 problems are mentioned with explanation. The following paragraph is apology. On behalf of, I would like to, and next one is offer compensation, voucher, how many percent discount, or whatever. But as we learned from the previous unit, it depends on the situation. And also recently that I talk about the excerpt from the internet, right? Review. We no need to provide any compensation if we found out that, oh, it's nothing about our or the hotel's fault. You just say sorry. And sometimes it's possible to inform that, oh, right now the hotel has the special promotion or newly decorated restaurant or like high-ended guest room, just to provide them the information, but not to offer any complimentary or compensation to every case. And then ending, we hope that you will take advantage from our offer and stay with us again. We look forward to seeing you soon. And then ending. You can apply this pattern in any situation. As we know, we learn the pattern of sentences in order to apply. Just change the information, change the situation, date, the problem, the complaint. But it can be one or two patterns for you forever when you work in hospitality industry business. Okay, again, part or format of the response to the complaint. Introduction show that you take the complaint seriously. Then explain the problem, apologize, make an offer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 and 4, I mean 4 and 5, 4 and 5 in this part can be combined in one. How you do, how you take the action. Okay, so this part. Okay, let me show you. Right here are the, oops, sorry, there's something wrong again with my computer. So for this part, you can see, okay, I'm safe. You can see that all of them here, they are part or sentences in the letter. Now, let's take a look at on your right hand side here. Each part means what? Number 1, I was sorry to hear the problem and experience during your recent stay at the hotel. Sorry. Number 1. I was sorry. It is not to apologize, but it shows that you have listened to. I was sorry to hear that. Then, some of our staff were sick. Sick? That is explanation. And also, renovation meant that we had to close the west wing, resulting in a shortage of rooms. This is also the reason explanation. Unfortunately, the room you were offered was in the old section and not to the same standard as our exclusive executive rooms. Again, reason, explanation. The renovation works are now complete. Everything you will now find our accommodation to be of an exceptional standard. This is what? During your stay, the hotel was under construction. Right now, we try to finish the renovating as soon as possible. So we take an action. On behalf of Crown Hotels, I would like to offer our sincerest apologies for the inconvenience these problems have caused you. What is it? Is it offer? No. ใจเย็นๆ Every time that you see to offer our sincerest apology, offer, this is not compensation. Offer here means compensation, but offer here means to apologize. Number 2, apology. In order that you can experience the new accommodation firsthand, I would like to offer you 2 nights. Okay, right here. Offer here means compensation, number 5. And also free voucher, number 5 again, offer. See, for the like apology, it can be in the beginning and also before providing or offering compensation. 2 position, 2 places, that is also fine. So I hope you can see some like a draft, maybe not clear, but a draft of the responding to the complaint. So like this is the example. It's on page, it is on page, where is it? Page 83. Page 83. This is the example of responding to a complaint in a form of the letter. Okay. So every time comparing to the previous lesson that we deal with customer face to face, you listen and you try to figure out what the reason is, what the not the reason, what the problems are, right? Similar to the letter or the email. After you read, you need to find out what are the problems. So let me ask you to do this. Find out what the problem is from the letter of complaint on page 81. This one. The red font is you have to do. So read letter of complaint and figure out what problems are on page 81. Write it. Take picture. Submit it to Microsoft Teams. And also page 82, but actually we did. I did for you, right? On page 52. So review again. Let me change the font color into the blue one because you don't need to do again, right? And then respond to the complaint by the following procedure. By following the given procedure or format. อะไรล่ะ Show you have listened. And then, I'm sorry, moment. Show that you have listened and explain how the problem caused. Apologize and make an offer. This page. Try to write a letter. It can be a paragraph. Actually, it not can be. It should be the paragraph like this. Example is on page 83 that I have just explained to you. You have to follow 1, 2, 3, and 4 by using useful expressions. Examples are from page 83. And also examples or sentences, useful expressions can be applied from page 84 and 85. So back to the slide. You have to do two things. Number one is page 81 and number two is page 86 to 87. Page 86 is the complaint made by guest. 86. Guest name is Patricia. Wrote the letter complain about her stay. Dear manager. So, next page, you are the manager and you have to respond to the complaint by writing the letter. Again, the format can be applied from page 83, page 84, and page 85. Only one sentence in a paragraph per one problem and reason is acceptable. You don't need to write a long paragraph. Remember that you have to figure out what the problem and explain the problem paragraph by paragraph. Okay, I would like you to try. And if not, you just get the answer from your friend and submit it to me. But this will be part of your final examination. So please pay your intention and attention. Okay. So now we complete, we complete all 5 stages of guest cycle according to hotel business. I hope you learn some, maybe not much, but only some knowledge about hotel, front office, and housekeeping department, and also the skills which can be applied when you work in the real situation to deal with other people. Okay, if you have any questions about the assignment or about the lessons, you can always ask. Hope you enjoy, and I hope my class is not that boring as you think. And for sure, we still have Hotel 2 in the next semester. So wait and see what we are going to learn from the next semester. Okay, I'll see you in class. Bye for now and have a good day.